Johnny the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being.
It's guys like Minerals.
Let's have it right.
He's not on my radar. I don't care about him.
You got the Minerals to...
One of them brown envelope mobs.
No Minerals.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Minerals FC.
Need proper winning Minerals, mate.
Let's have it right.
Respect.
I'm just a brown envelope, or I'm
Absolutely screwed. Let's have it right.
Brown envelopes.
You brown envelopes from the club.
You got the Minerals to fight for his place.
You are in the woods wronging. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking the time out to say that. Cheers. This one's for you. Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it?
The Minerals.
Minerals FC. Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
Johnny the fuck Minerals.
The Minerals.
In them, we know that they have the minerals. We've not.
There's minerals that you need.
It's guys like Minerals and
You got the Minerals to...
Let's have it right. Minerals. Johnny Minerals.
like Minerals is one of the very vociferous Chelsea fans.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy.
Let's have it right.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
Can everybody just stop getting shot? Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well winning live. First and foremost, I want you all to smash to piece that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We've got the notification bell ding dong. Let's have it right so you know when we go live. And we got the Minerals FC Ultras membership pinned the top live chat down below in the description. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boy. We see things they'll never see. And salute to the no surrender mentality. And big up to every single one of you live in the chat. So make sure you do smash that like, bruv. Every single one of you, smash it to pieces, bruv. And big up to everyone, because tonight we're feasting. Tonight it's a mud fest. Tonight it's expose everyone in 5K. Let's have it right. And like I said to you yesterday, last night's stream, and the stream before, we've had a knock-on effect. And I said today, I tweeted it out, all the Minerals FC Ultras, do not underestimate our influence on this channel. Let's have it right. It's undefeated. We land it. We call it out. We put the pressure. Pressure makes diamonds. Salute a curse as well. Let's have it right. And big up to all my Ultras, because without you lot, you know what I'm saying, we don't have the power. We don't have the influence. So I love and I respect every single one that supports the channel. So I want you all to understand that. All right? That's how we start the show, bruv. So what did we have yesterday? Just to refresh your memory, yeah? All right? Rewind. When the Minerals man says selector, yeah? Yesterday it broke out that Roma are interested in Enzo Maresca. And I said to you, there's two ways about this, yeah? There's two possibilities of what this means. It means that Enzo Maresca has been sounded out. Julien Laurent said that he's wants experience in the squad. He's not going to get experience in the squad. We know that he wanted Victor Osimhen. He didn't get Victor Osimhen. He was losing more hair follicles in his head. Let's have it right, like Pep Guardiola against Thomas Tuchel when we won our second star Champions League. Let's have it right. The gaffer that they sacked and brought in Jellyfish Potter to them, bring Pochettino, and now to bring Championship manager Enzo Maresca. Well, I said there's two ways to this. He could win a trophy with the Conference League, and he'll have that on his CV, which is more important to him personally than getting just top five. So if he can get a trophy, then maybe Roma are interested in Enzo Maresca. Maybe there is that. Maybe there are some clubs. We're hearing that there's certain clubs that are interested in Enzo Maresca. But I said to you, is it just PR? Is it just PR, the PR Happy Meals that get dished out by Blueco, to make it look like we should be so grateful that we got Enzo Maresca in the dugout? And let's remind everyone again, let's rewind when the Minerals man says selector. Yeah, let's rewind it again. He was accusing the supporters and the environment for us conceding goals. Don't ever forget it, bruv. He tried to come at the supporters. And he did. He actually officially come at the supporters. So have it right. Walks directly down the tunnel. We don't forget. We don't forget. So they are PRing. It seems today it's pretty clear that they've got no intention to sack Enzo Maresca. And the Roma rumours is just bangers and mash waffle, no onions, no gravy, lumpy hard mash, burnt as you like. Facts. That's what it is. Why do I say that? And I did give you the two options. Well, it seems to be the latter, doesn't it? It seems to be the latter. Because it's broken out today via many journalists. But the first one we're going to mud is Toothpick Jacobs, who we all know is the cousin relation to Goldstein, who's one of the directors or board directors at Blueco at Chelsea, who came from Spurs. Let's have it right. Did he come from Spurs, or is he just a Spurs supporter, or is it both? I think it's both. Let's have it right. But he's come out and said Chelsea plan to judge Enzo Maresca in summer 2026. Chelsea believe injuries played a big part in the drop-off, and furthermore, data such as XG, and big chances created are in their favour. So we're going back to the XG porn merchantry. XG doesn't mean nothing. Data, clearly they don't go by elite data because they're not looking at Victor Gyökeres, Victor Osimhen, Bastoni, Diogo Costas, who've probably got elite stats, elite data, elite XG in the teams that they're playing with. But we're not going to go and spend the big money on that, of course, because they've got to sell to buy. We're a sell to buy club because we've bought 90 players. We spent 1.6 to 7 billion. And they're penny pinching now. So this is Toothpick Jacobs that's come out with that. It's also come out via Matt Law, the Matt Law dagger. So have it right. Working for the Telegraph. He doesn't want his P45 from the Telegraph because Meatloaf Bowley, as we all know, tout Bowley. I would do anything for pound notes. And I want to buy the Telegraph so we can control the narrative. Yeah. He says Enzo Maresca will keep his job, keeping capitals, even if the club miss out on a Champions League spot. So now we are glorifying and we are rewarding Enzo Maresca with failure. It's been relegation form since January or December even, where we've won one game away in that period up to now. And the only win away was Fulham away with a last-minute Tyreek George minerals landing to bring us and dig out the minerals for us to equalise. And my boy Neto, yeah? Let's have it right with the equalising goal, bruv. Smash and grab. The winning goal. Smash and grab. All right? That's Matt Law. Now, Toothpick Jacobs says, Chelsea are not considering Enzo Maresca's future, even if they miss out on Champions League. There is no formal review of his position scheduled this summer. Chelsea's plan has always been to judge Maresca in years, with summer 2026 the first plan review. This was decided when Maresca joined. Maresca, the owners and sporting directors are always in dialogue about the season and will discuss it during the summer as well. Chelsea also view the Club World Cup, the two seasons, let's have it right, guys, as a continuation of this campaign. A strong run in inaugural tournament. It is a key goal, and there is up to $125 million. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. It's all about the money, money, money on offer for the winner. Now, before we continue with that tweet, the key part of this is Chelsea's plan has always been to judge Maresca in years. In years, all right? So, let's rewind it, shall we? You know we have receipts on the Minerals FC. So, according to the Pornstein bomber, yeah, the Pornstein bomber, yeah, Potter will be judged in years, not months. He is one of the best managers in the world. So have it right. There's his name, Pornstein. Yeah? Well, let's have it right, you brown envelopes, you brief setters, you narrative setters, you fraudulent so-called journalists, yeah? Oh, bruv, I ain't just got months to mud you. I've got years to mud you. I've got a lifetime to mud you. I ain't ever going to stop mudding you and exposing you lot because you lot are a disgrace. We were in the same script with Enzo Maresca as we did with Jellyfish Potter, bruv. Facts. All right? So then he goes on and says, Maurizio Pochettino did have a pre-planned first season review, specifically relating to his position. But this was this was down to his 2-year contract reaching the halfway stage. And at the end of his first season, in contrast, Maresca is on a 5-year deal with a club option of a further 12 months. Chelsea also believe injuries have played a big part in the drop-off since the festive period and still believe key metrics such as XG and big chances created are in their favour. Well, let's have it right. He's not had a worse injury season than Pochettino last year. He's got a squad that you lot said is an 100-point team squad. You've spent the most money. You've had 6 transfer windows. And let's have it right. You ain't cutting the mustard, are you? You really ain't. You're clutching at straws. You've given Enzo Maresca, an unproven manager, a 5-year deal, but you gave Pochettino a 2-year deal. And why didn't you continue Pochettino, who salvaged our season on a 1 hour and a knapsack? Because Enzo Fernandez got dropped and taken out because of his hernia. Let's have it right. And Conor Gallagher and Caicedo carried that midfield, protected the back four. Trev Chalobah, Thiago Silva. Let's have it right. And we go and get top 6. Only for Man United and Middlesbrough to lift the FA Cup for us to get mudded and not play Europa League, but play Conference League, which is what we're in now in the final. Whoopee hoo, bruv. Yeah? But he turned against Bluco, Egbali, Meatloaf Bowley. Why? Why did Pochettino do that? He says, I don't want to blame next season on injuries. I don't want to blame next season on youth and inexperience. And he wanted to keep Trev Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Conor Gallagher. Where did Conor Gallagher go in the summer? Forced out for the pound note. Where did Trev Chalobah go in the summer? Forced out. Couldn't sell him. So they loaned him, only to exile him from pre-season, exile him from the car park, exile him from the canteen. T-Lady was being exiled anyway. So there's a new T-Lady that doesn't even know who Trev Chalobah is no more. And obviously exiled from all the training facilities to go on loan at Crystal Palace to then bring him back when we're all told and briefed by the brown envelopes that we mud that Trev Chalobah doesn't suit the style of Enzo Maresca. Just like Ornstein said, Osimhen's style doesn't suit the style of Enzo Maresca. Mudded. Yeah? Mudded. Let's have it right. So we're hearing Pochettino briefs to try and justify Enzo Maresca. Also, Nizar Kinsella's come out with that. But in the Daily Telegraph, this is classic. Chelsea intend to give Maresca at least 2 full seasons before any sort of performance assessment. All right. So we're looking now. We've got the worst record away wins since December 1. And that's not enough to justify it. The fact that you're in what? We're not in a title race, or we are in a title race. We've heard from Enzo Maresca. I've got no pressure and I've heard nothing from the ownership to get Champions League football. That's for next year and the year after. And now they're justifying it because we might not make Champions League football because we lost to Newcastle. Let's have it right. All of a sudden, now you're getting the PR. It's irrelevant. Even if Enzo Maresca doesn't get Champions League football and doesn't win a trophy, he's still bulletproof. He's still in the job. Why? Because he's a yes man. Facts. Now we're going to mud Matt Law and all the brown envelopes with the disgraceful PR. Yeah? We're going to absolutely expose them right now. So I hope you're all ready for this one. This one's a banger. All right? Smash that like button, ultras. Yeah? Let's go. Breaking. Chelsea's next manager will be under pressure to deliver Champions League football and compete for trophies via Matt Law. Dated. May the 21st, 2024. Let's have it right. It's there in 5K, mate. Yeah? It's there for you all to see. Does it say deliver? Deliver Champions League football. So what are we doing here? So now you've changed your demands, Bluco? All of a sudden you change your demands. Why? Is this because it's your third manager in charge? Is it because you told the brown envelopes to broadcast that you want this manager to be micromanaged? Like you tried to micromanage Potter. Yes, man, Jellyfish Potter. Like you micromanage Pochettino only for him to rebel and then get the sack, even though we looked like we were progressing somewhere. And now And now with Enzo Maresca, you want Winstanley Stewart, like they are with Strasbourg, to micromanage everything for who? For who? It's the beachhead, streamline, multi-club. The club wasn't very well run on a financial basis, on a sporting level, on a data level. And we're going to copy the Brighton FC model, the Red Bull without no fucking wings. Siri Merchant Egbali, let's have it right, who calls the shots. With Feliciano, it's more important to build business value than win or lose on the field. Like a fucking Thunderbird puppet, smiling like fucking Chucky, bruv, when he's about to throw the dagger at you. Yeah? Let's have it right. So, mate, you know we're surgical with this bitch. We are 24/7, bruv. 24/7. So I don't know where this narrative is coming from to justify why this manager is bulletproof. Ultimately, all right, you've got supporters and influencers on the timeline going, oh, that's such great news. You know, let's keep backing Maresca. Let's give him time. Time for what? Time for what? They ain't squad building with him. They're not giving him experience. They're not listening to what he's got to say, bruv, because now I've also got another tweet. We've got another tweet that was put out, and let me just dig it up like we dig out the minerals. Yeah. And via Matt Law again, Enzo Maresca shares the same vision as Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart. And the internal view is that Chelsea have progressed under him, regardless of their final league position and whether or not they win a trophy. This is what you call in the gutter, in the bin mentality. No pressure, so there's no diamonds, there's no trophies, and don't glorify a Conference League trophy, bruv. I'm talking about Premier League trophies, Champions League trophies, bruv. Even a Europa League trophy would be nice. Let's have it right. We're clutching at straws now. That's a big trophy now. I've seen on the timeline Arsenal fan bases and Arsenal platforms saying they'd rather be in the Europa League, not the Champions League, because they've got a better chance to win it. That's how the standards drop. When you don't have an elite manager, when you don't have an ownership that is serious with real intent, and then you look at Liverpool, you look at Man City, PSG, they get the gaffers in, they back the gaffers, they buy the right players, they don't use AI scout and all this nonsense, they don't do all or nothing Netflix episodes and seasons so that you just keep waiting for the next season, the season after that. Shout out Patrice Evra, because I thought that's a gold line, bruv. It's golden. Let's have it right. So what are we doing here? What are we propagandaing here? Failure? Mediocrity? That's what we're doing. Anything to justify, because the moment they sack Enzo Maresca, who's got to go? Who's got to go? Because I remember the tweets, the briefs from the brown envelopes. Everything's on the line for Paul Winstanley Stewart Little with this final managerial appointment. Do you think we're going to trust Winstanley and Stewart to appoint another manager after their track record, or go in the market? You want to wait a seventh transfer window with these mid-directors that have destroyed our club. You've been influenced and dictated because they're yes men by Egbali and Feliciano and Tout Bowley. Have a day off, will you? Like, what are we doing here? Stop noshing them off, all right? And smell the Levat Super Glenmar. I need to have a swig of them. I've poured a fresh Levat Super Glenmar here, so let me have a swig. They are like Arsene Wenger, the specialists in failure. Top four is a trophy. That's so-called progression. This is not progression. This is decline. Our club has been on the biggest decline, as Jamie Carragher came out and said. Arsenal better be careful with Arteta, because they could end up like Chelsea, from winning the Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup, to being where they are now. So what you tell me, Matt Law, Nizar Kinsella, Tufik Jacobs, Fabrizio Romano, Pornstein, Rahman Osman and Bluco, why don't you tell us what kind of progression is this? Eh? Waffle merchants. Waffle merchants. No one lands it like me. No one. No one lands it like me. Yeah? You don't get this anywhere else, mate. Yeah? Fraser Fletcher, who tried to be an elite brown envelope and then had to take a little step back, he says there is a belief at Chelsea that they could challenge for the title next season. It's considered by some that they are only 2 or 3 important signings away. Do you know how many times I've heard this? We heard 2 transfer windows ago, almost a season ago, that they believe they've built a 100-point team. Well, what points are we on now? 63 points. It's not 100 points. And you think we're 2 or 3 signings away from winning a Premier League? Get out of here, bruv. Get out of here, bruv. Yeah? Absolute wind-up merchants, mate. Yeah? They're wind-up merchants. And Matlock says he will not be sacked. He says Enzo Maresca will not be sacked. There is an acceptance within the club that Chelsea's squad lack natural leaders. Nizar Kinsella doing his rounds. He's been very busy brown envelope today, Nizar Kinsella. Very, very busy brown envelope. Yeah? What else has he come out and said? Let's land it, bruv. We've muddied the Enzo Maresca story because let's have it right. He's their final yes man, because if they sack Enzo Maresca, they have to sack the directors because all the supporters will not trust in these directors. They've got it wrong too many times. And in the ownership eyes, it's not getting it wrong. It's getting it right because it's a profit-making model. It's not a football model. It's not to build a team, an elite squad to compete at the highest level. There's no balance of experience and young players and young experienced players. There's none of that at Chelsea. It's all average age of 21 years old or younger, 20, younger than PSG squad, to have it right, who has experience and an elite manager. So you have to put the pressure on the ownership to sack Maresca, who, let's have it right, ain't good enough, and he's just a failure regardless, and bring us an elite gaffer. They're not going to do that, are they? Until we make them do it. They're not going to buy Osimhen and Gyökeres until we make them do it and put the pressure on them to do it. For them to have no brown envelopes to hand out to PR the excuses, which are now via Nizar Kinsella. Now, I said to you yesterday and the day before, the first brief, the first list from the brown envelopes was Delap, Ekitike, and Sesko. I said, where's Victor Osimhen? Where's Gyökeres? Then we streamed again and they touched base with Osimhen and Gyökeres a little bit. Now they're going full throttle because we called it out yesterday again. And that's why we have influence on this channel. Osimhen and Gyökeres would command high wages but have not been ruled out yet. So what's changed from deadline day and all summer with Osimhen, when you've got Ornstein briefing that he doesn't suit the style of Enzo Maresca, the manager that you're backing, who's not just got months, he's got years, and he's on a 5-year deal, 4-year deal, and he's bulletproof, and they're not going to performance assess him until 2 seasons. What a load of dross is that, all right? Regardless of Champions League football. Then says, oh, it's a bit of the wages. For us to go all the way into deadline day, plus he mentioned about the injury concern. Well, has he been injured this season? He's just scored tonight. He's got 34 goals now and 6 GA or 6 assists or 7 assists. He's balling out, bruv, in the Turkish league. He balls out every league. He's an animal. So the wages are not going to change. He's not going to lower his wages now because it's a year later. And his transfer fee is less than what it was on deadline day. So what's the excuse? And Gyökeres, who is 26 going on 27, is way over the age profile. Osimhen's 25 going on 26, so that's borderline. Let's have it right. They're both going to want high wages. I'm hearing Gyökeres wants over 200 grand a week. Let's have it right. So they're landing the truth in the high wages, but they're not high wages. This is the thing. It's high wages to Blueco, but it's not high wages to any club with serious intent of any elite level that actually wants to have a top-class striker up front to actually try and win fucking trophies, bruv, and to compete on the highest level for years. And they don't care about the age of the players, all right? So he says high wages, but have not been ruled out yet. They've been ruled out. There's no way you're signing these players. You can talk to them all you want, like Hodgson, which we're going to get onto, the Bournemouth defender. You can talk to them all you want. You can PR that you're after them all you want. But if you don't pay the money, money talks, money talks. Dirty cash, I want you. Dirty cash, I need you more. Yeah? They'll be on a list with Delap, Sesko and Ekitike. Now, they're the more likely signings for Chelsea Football Club. Although we're hearing Delap is favouring Man United. So Delap wants to reject us because he wants Champions League football. Who is he to demand Champions League football? What's he fucking done? 12 goals and 2 assists. Get out of here, Liam Delap, man. Oh, but it's Uncle Joe Shields' guy. You know, Uncle Joe Shields wants him. Fuck Uncle Joe Shields, who, by the way, ain't head scout no more. He got promoted to director when the Elise deal collapsed because he done all the foreplay. Yeah. Old Joe Shields, Uncle Joe Shields. Yeah. For who? For Elise. To then set up the meeting with Elise and the ownership, and Elise goes to his agent, goes, what the fuck are they on about? Yeah, I'll sign for Bayern Munich instead. Sign my, what is it, under 200 grand a week and sign for 40 million and ball out for Bayern Munich and now win a Bundesliga title with Lightbulb Head Company. And Harry Spitface Kane has finally got his trophy, bruv. Let's have it right. What are we doing here? Yeah? What are we doing here? So we're going to trust this guy who got promoted to a director because he was going to leave. He wanted to leave because he got embarrassed and insulted, bruv. Oh, wow. That's how they move these brown envelopes. That's how they move these clown ownership. And then it says Chelsea will decide based on pros and cons and the competition the club will face for the signature. Well, let's have it right. Gyökeres, Berta is Arsenal, is after Gyökeres. Who else after Gyökeres? Man United for sure will be in for Gyökeres. I'm sure there's plenty of clubs in for Gyökeres. Osimhen, we've heard it. Juventus, Man United, Galatasaray. Stop shoehorning us in there. We're at the bottom of the list on the betting odds. Let's have it right. And then they say Chelsea believe they'll end up with a very capable option via Nizar Kinsella. He also comes out, Nizar Kinsella, and says Chelsea believed last summer that apart from Osimhen, who they pursued, the rest of the options on the market were not good enough to add to what Jackson offers. So you couldn't go and get Gyökeres then. All right. You didn't want to go and get Gyökeres. You could have signed Osimhen if you only paid over 150 grand a week. The reality is you were never going to go and get anyone. You were always going to trust in Jackson because you want to increase his value. And Jackson's getting slandered on social media by all the supporters for getting that red card and blaming him for us not qualifying for Champions League, or maybe not qualifying for Champions League, or leaving it to two must-win games, Man United and Nottingham Forest, to have it right. When in reality, we got one away win since fucking December. So you can't blame Jackson. But Jackson's not good enough. But you lot propaganda Jackson. Everyone propaganda Jackson. Like don't buy Osimhen, don't buy another striker, get a backup for Jackson because we don't want to stop the development of Jackson. And now everyone's on their bloody knees like a slosh pot begging for Jackson to be sold because they've finally seen the light that he's not good enough with less GA than last season because he's on 10 for the whole season, all right, unless he scores in the Conference League because he got out of those 10 goals. Do you realise? Is it 10 or 12? I'm not sure, but I know 2 of those goals were Conference League. If it's 10, that's a shambles. That means 8 Premier League goals. You know what I'm saying? Or is it 10 Premier League goals and 2 in the Conference League? So that's 12 goals he's got this season. It's still less than what he's on. I think it's 12 goals. It's less than what he was on last year. So have it right. So maybe Pochettino's doing something right. What are we doing here? And he played Cole Palmer on the right, who got 43 GA. And Cole Palmer hasn't got the same GA this year because this geezer wants to invert everyone and play number 10. Is Cole Palmer a number 10? I mean, that's another discussion, but I think he's stronger as a winger. Leave him on the last shoulder, you know, where they will wet their pants, the defenders, you know, where he can draw defenders out like Eden Hazard used to do, bro. What are we doing here? But anyway, this is the narrative with Jackson, and also it's come out by some source anyway that Jackson has plenty of suitors. He's got several suitors that want to bid for Nicholas Jackson. Now, how convenient is that, actually, that all of a sudden now they're up for selling Nicholas Jackson because they're looking at the reaction to the fan base. But you get your Chelsea Dodgers, you get your Pies and Mash and all these fucking blue ticks that put what? Would you keep Jackson or would you sell Jackson? Let's see what the data tells us. What are the supporters thinking online? Fuck the online supporters, yeah? Fuck them, yeah? They've buried our football club. The XG Gen Z wrong'uns, bruv. Twitter melts in their mum's basement, fucking cutting shapes, playing Football Manager and Pro Evolution, bruv. You know, what are we doing here, bruv? How are we going by, or how are we measuring what decisions we make by that? The bottom line is Jackson's a bench player at best. At best, all right? He should not be our number 1 striker. No chance, bruv. So it's no coincidence. And the squad building, as I said, has been a shambles because who's our striker? Because Nkunku's getting exiled and we've got Tyreek George to play, or a Palmer or Neto, false 9. So we haven't got a natural striker, and we haven't got anyone with experience or leadership. They're saying that behind the scenes that they are aware of that they need leadership. But what are you going to buy? Who are you going to buy? What leaders are you going to buy? What captains are you going to buy? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing here? So it's come out again by Nizar Kinsella. And like I say, he's been a very, very busy little brown envelope today. The most busiest brown envelope out of everyone else. I know Matt Laws had a little fondle, and also Toothpick Jacobs wants to get in on the act, the cousin of Goldstein, who's director at Chelsea. So have it right. Thank you, Simon Phillips, for reporting actual truth. Majority of the time, like you bullshit and told us 3 transfer windows ago. The ownership are going to scrap the under 24 age model, and they're going to buy experience. And then we brought in Uncle Toz in from Fulham on a free. Nizar Casella says Chelsea remain admirers of Garnacho. We want the baby Lurch and Jamie Gittins. They want a bunch of kittens, bruv, from Dortmund, because they're selling Chukwuemeka to Dortmund. So maybe they can do a little cash plus deal with kittens. Yeah. Poor old Alex Goldfish, he's probably having kittens as we speak with the Garnacho news, because it's come through a credible source in Nizar Kinsella. And like he did say, old Goldfish, you know, I messaged one of the directors. I managed both the directors. I'm not going to tell you which ones. And the owner, I'm not going to tell you which ones. And I told them, I warned them not to sign Garnacho. Otherwise, the directors will be gone. Not the ownership. They can't be gone, but they'll be gone. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, your influence is a fucking load of dross, isn't it, mate? Yeah? Why didn't you get on the blower, son? Get on the blower to these clown owners and these directors and one of your relatives, yeah, with the ownership, and fucking tell them, don't sign Garnacho, mate. Yeah? Maybe, why didn't you tell them, sign Garnacho? No? You don't want the nachos? Sign Osimhen. Sign a Gikaris. Bring me a Bastoni. Bring me a Diogo Costa. Because all we're hearing is about fucking, what's his name? Sanchez. The same shit keeps coming out with Sanchez. Chelsea maintain belief in Robert Sanchez. So the ownership and the directors maintain belief in Robert Sanchez. The same Robert Sanchez that, well, their benchmark of blueprint, the Seagull Merchants, Brighton, Chelsea FC, that was their third choice goalkeeper. So they didn't maintain belief in Robert Sanchez. But Chelsea, the elite Chelsea, we maintain belief in Robert Sanchez. Get out of here, bro. What are we doing here? What are we justifying here? Seriously, what are we justifying here? So, Goldfish, you clearly ain't got no influence, yeah? Just a clickbait merchant, ITK merchant, a snake. We've gone from goldfishes for the brown envelopes to fucking hell, like Jungle Book, bruv, where he goes down and he tries to tempt Mowgli, bruv. You know, come on my side, yeah? Come to the brown envelope side, because do you know what? We run the game, and the ownership, they can't be gone. They're unbelievable. You know? They got great intentions for our football club. What are we doing here, bruv? Playback. Yeah. What's going on? What's everyone naming, bruv? Everyone's naming and shaming content creators and all sorts, bruv. What's going on, bruv? You know what I'm saying? Mowgli's all the Gen Z supporters, you know? All the little fucking football manager, FIFA merchants, the ones that haven't ever seen the true success and don't know the heritage of Chelsea. It's that breed, yeah? That the goldfish is, the gold snake is slithering down. You know what I'm saying? Wrapping around that brown envelope tree, bruv, because the brown envelopes, they don't just grow fucking from the earth, bruv. They fall from the trees, mate, yeah? And that's where he is. That's where he is, the snake. Yeah. Snakes and ladder merchant. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Listen, Tom Bendovers for Blueco and now Maresca. Don't listen to this guy. This guy doesn't have influence, bruv. He's had a little mini cameo on BBC, bruv. Yeah, all right. And we all know about the BBC. What are we doing here? All right. Do we need to say no more? Let's just question some of their presenters, mate. You know, Jim will fix it, bruv. Yeah, these clowns are acting like Jim will fix it. Oh, Tom Bendovers is acting like Jim will fix it. Fix what? You're trying to fix the narrative because it's so in the gutter? What are we doing here, bruv? Yeah, and now you're brown nosing and Bendovers for what? Enzo Maresca? Come on, bruv. Standards are in the gutter, mate. Yeah, wake up, smell of that super glamour, and start being a Chelsea supporter instead of supporting Potter, supporting Pochettino, supporting now Maresca, and supporting the failure of a model that you full well know what it is. And by the way, he's a DR merchant, goes on to DR Sports, gets paid by Teletubby Robbie, wearing his yellow Chelsea shirt. Oh, Johnny's thumbnails are so rude, and why is he insulting the ownership like that? Because they're clowns, mate. They're the biggest clowns in world football, mate. Yeah. And meanwhile, Maguire, another brown envelope, seems to want to actually put out some truth about Meatloaf Bowley, Tout Bowley with Vivid Seats selling tickets for Spurs and Liverpool and all the finals on Vivid Seats for what? 17 grand? Chump change. That's cheap, bruv. That's cheap. What are we doing here? Yeah, it's cheap. That's bargain. Listen, if you want to go and watch Chelsea Man United, there are dugout seats available. They're at a cut price of $2,995, Bob. Listen, get your readies there and go and get yourself a Vivid Seat membership and go and get a dugout ticket. I mean, you can't get cheaper than that, bruv. What more do you want? Do you know what's funny? When I got sat in the dugout and I stood up behind Jellyfish Potter, and there might be new people in here, so let's land it for what it is, yeah? This is what I said, yeah? And this is in the dugout, right?
This is not Chelsea!
Since then, that's when Isaac Kinsella hid behind the monitor while I was talking to Ramas Osman, who I didn't actually know who he was, yeah? But there was all the journalists there behind, all right? They stopped anyone going to the dugout. They wouldn't allow any supporters in the dugout. Not even family, friends, players, associates, no one. And what did they then do? They moved the dugout from the left side, Chelsea being on the left side, which we've always had, to the right side. Nizar Kinsella brown envelope, duck like that behind his monitor. He knew who Johnny Minerals was. They all know who I am, bruv. They all fucking well know, bruv. Yeah, let's have it right. And Reese knows this is not Chelsea. So, let me not get off track. But Tout Bowley, salute to Bobby Fairview. He lands the damn Minerals, yeah, ultra, bruv. But Kieran Maguire says, Vivid Seats, part owned by Meatloaf Bowley, who is also director. He's majority owner, actually, with Eldridge Industries, who are part of the consortium of Blueco Holdings, selling Europa League final tickets in both the Tottenham and Man United areas. Sorry, not Liverpool. And prices are up to, I undercut them. They're even cheaper. 22,738 quid each. Bosh. Yeah. And Bobby lands it and says Tout Bowley is making 9.4k per ticket in seller commissions, 10%, and buyer service fees, 31.3% from the lawlessness. Let's go. Let's go. And by the way, Bobby's, he's in a bit of private equity. You know what I'm saying? He's known, bruv. He's known. So we know what the deal is. Now I want to show you this, yeah, because we're just getting warmed up. So everyone smash the like button. Now I want to show you this because I want to tell you this one. This one's juicy. All right. Look at the club spending from all the clubs in the Premier League. Minus 20 million for Everton. We're in Man City, 111 million. Where's Liverpool? 249 million. Villa, 176 million. Newcastle, 402 million. Nottingham Forest, 296 million. Arsenal, 464 million. Spursy, 542 million for failure and dross and bottle job. Yeah? Elite bottle job mentality. Man United 641 million, and looky, the Blue Coats Chelsea 866 million. We got no world-class spine. We ain't got an elite gaffer. We've gone 3 seasons without Champions League, winning a trophy, competing on any level, spending 1.7 billion, and they're trying to say it's 866 million. Does that not tell you the state we're in, where we need a striker, we need another midfielder, we need wingers, we need fucking defenders, we need a goalkeeper, and they bought 10 goalkeepers, we've got 11 defenders, we've got how many midfielders? Probably like 10 midfielders, we've got about 12 fucking attackers, and what are we doing here? What have we got to show for it? All right? We've got the chart here. This data tells us that we've spent the most money in 3 seasons out of any club in the Premier League and definitely in Europe, and we are not competing with the elites. You know what I'm saying? We love a pie graph because we pie and mash them all, don't we? We mud them, bruv. Bruv, these lot are jokers, but they're not the Heath Ledger Joker, the elite Joker. These lot are like in fucking Disney, mate. Yeah? Where's Brighton? That's a great shout. Let me look at Brighton. Brighton, 0 million. Brighton are 0 million, mate. Yeah? They're just pure profit. And we're meant to be following the Brighton model, and we're at the top of the pie chart. We're at the top. Oh, man. Fucking hell, bruv. What are we doing here, mate? What are we doing here? Listen, you've got to laugh. You've got to laugh. Honestly, ultras, yeah? Smash the like button, mate. Yeah? Smash the like button. Right. So, I want to read this quickly. Chelsea will take no disciplinary action Nicholas Jackson as the club have accepted that such incidents are inevitable. Jackson made no apology to his teammates for the red card and instead hopes to make up for it by scoring in the Conference League final. That's piss poor, isn't it? Really. Doesn't even apologise to his teammates. Shocking, that is. That is shocking. So, let me move on to... It's interesting, right? Nizar Kinsella. Back to Nizar Kinsella. Nizar Kinsella, Ella. All right, get your umbrellas out because it's raining brown envelopes. Trevor Chalobah will be told he will either be a backup option or he can leave. Do you not realise that without Trev Chalobah in our defence, yeah, we'd be even worse? Do you not realise that Trev Chalobah is our best defender? And they've spent how much on centre-backs? Disasi, Badadildo, Shite. We've got Colwill, who's obviously on a free. We've got Wesley Fofana. We've got Uncle Tozin. You know, what are we doing here, bruv? What are we doing here? Trev Chalobah's our best defender, and they exiled him to bring him back. And now they're telling him, either you accept you're going to be a bit part player, squad player, bench player, because we're going to bring in Heinsohn, or we're going to bring in Mark Gay, who's the favourite, all right? Mark Gay, who's not better than Trev. Mark Gay, all right, who couldn't get into Thomas Tuchel's team, but Trev could, all right, winning the Club World Cup and Super Cup. Where was Mark Gay, bruv? He was too busy on loan, mate, or with Cobham Academy. So we're going to go for less quality than Trev, yeah? And who's the other one? Is it Hatto? I don't know anything about him. Another young'un, yeah? It's another young'un. So the bottom line is this, yeah? They are fucking disgracefully treating Trev with the utmost disrespect to a player that does nothing more than play for the badge, wears his heart on his sleeve, he puts his head down, he's humble, and he does everything that he can do to help Chelsea get the results that we need. And he's been our best defender by a million miles. And you are now shitting on him, saying to him, either accept it, all right, that you're not going to play every game, or get fucking sold because we want the pure profit. Get out of here, man. Blue Co out. Win, lose or draw, Blue Co out. I love Trev Chalobah. I love him, man. All right, he's got all my support. I'll never slander that kid. No chance, bruv. We all know Trev. He's still young and he's got the ability to go to the top level, but he shouldn't be our best centre back after spending 1.6 billion, mate. All right, let's be real about it. All right, but Thomas Tuchel played him, and they love a Swiss Army knife, didn't they? Like Viega, who they brought in and 6 months later loaned him to Juventus. They love a Swiss Army knife in Sterling that they took on pre-season, only to exile him in a January transfer window and pay half his wages to send him to Arsenal. They love a João Felix because they want the pure profit for Conor Gallagher, and that was part of the deal, to then loan him out when we could be doing with him right now as a false 9 or a number 10, bruv, so we can play Cole Palmer somewhere else instead of Madueke and Sancho the freedom fighter, who they're not going to keep, who's on 300 grand a week, and they're not going to pay his wages, and they're not going to break the wage structure for fucking Sancho. Let's have it right. If they're not going to pay 220 grand or 250 grand a week for an Osimhen, what are we doing here, bruv? Yeah? Trev Baresi Chalobah, let's have it right. Yeah? Outright disrespected, and he's getting mugged off again. All right. And I did tell you when it happened, yeah, that he's under obligation. He's got no say. He's under contract, a contractual agreement. He's obligated to go back. It's what the club demands of him. I don't believe Trev wanted to come back after being disrespected the way he is, but he's shown to the supporters that not only has he got leadership qualities, not only is he our best central defender, but he's played under the elite Gaffer TT. He's won trophies with us, and he is clear of every defender that these lot have brought in and of any other Cobham defender that we have got currently playing in our squad. And that's a fact. That's a fact. And without him, we're done. Right? So now they're linking us to Heinsohn all this time, only for Fabrizio Romano to come out with the breaking total agreement reached between Dean Heinsohn and Real Madrid. Real Madrid are seriously considering triggering the 50 million release clause of Dean Heinsohn. Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea are all prepared to pay it. Yeah, Real Madrid have informed Bournemouth they are willing to meet Heinsohn's release clause. And talks are ongoing with Heinsohn over a contract terms, and he's keen on Real. That's his dream club. So you're muddied there. You're not getting Heinsohn, and you've been on your knees like a sloshbot trying to sign him. And is he even ready? He's had one good season, but Real Madrid want him. But he's going into an elite Real Madrid team with a spine, a Xabi Alonso, who works with some young players. But he's going to have some fucking superstars. That's what you do. That's what you do. So Madrid have just gone in and muddied Blueco. And Blueco have been rejected by another young kid. Even Dilap looks like he's going to reject us, bruv. Or is that all PR, using Man United so that they can do the PR? Look, Man United wanted him, but we got him because we're Chelsea. Fuck off. The standards are in the gutter. What are we doing here? Seriously, what are we doing here? Yeah? Also, it's come out, Alexis Ohanian, the husband of Serena Williams, a tennis player, has bought a 10% stake in Chelsea Women FC. Ohanian, the co-founder of Reddit, will take a 20 million shareholding in the deal via the Times. So now he's putting a cash injection, and now we're bringing more fucking profit merchants, pound note merchants, vampires into our women's team. See what's going on here? They're selling pieces off because they need the money. They ain't got no money. They're a sell to buy now. They're fucking selling off pieces of the cake as much as they can just to get in that pound note. Do you not understand? We're in serious, dark, troubled waters, mate. Yeah? And they have to, it's going to be a serious exodus. Do not forget the narrative that Chelsea are looking to sell off 12 to 15 players to buy a striker. Just a striker. Well, what striker is that going to be? Yeah? Because the lists we're getting are an absolute disgrace. They're not Chelsea level. Bruv. We're a bigger version of Wrexham. Oh, by the way, that Brad's dad DM'd us last night. He says, I'm not noshing off for Blueco. He's not a Blueco merchant. But hopefully, you know, let's Ultras will convert him either way. Either way, he'll get converted, bruv. Yeah, to the right side. You know, we don't want anyone on the dark side. But I do want people that are on the Blueco side to be in the chat. I want them to come and try and challenge us on the Minerals FC. Like, we do want that. Come on. What are we doing here? Yeah? What are we doing here? So we are at a new low at Chelsea, and the standards are in the gutter. So I'm always going to blame the journalists, the club narratives, the directors, the model. I'm going to blame the debt. This dictates the model. The pie chart tells you Brighton is how it should be done, but we're not Brighton, and their supporters don't have any expectations. The Nottingham Forest owner is show mentality, yeah? Do you think if Nuno fails to get Champions League and fails to get Europa League, do you think the Nottingham Forest owner, after speaking the way he did, after storming on the pitch, after saying, I want to bring Nottingham Forest back to where they belong, I've got intent to win and we're not going to just accept now, do you think he's going to keep Nuno in the job, or do you think he's getting sacked, mate? He's getting a chop, yeah? He's Chopper Harris, bro. Trust me, yeah? So what are we doing here? Endlessly backing, blindly backing yes men galore. Tells you where we are, bruv. Yeah. Big up to Joey Hackney. Big up to Nick Smith. Big up to Steve G. Big up to Curse. Big up to Daryl. Big up to JP the dog. Brian Myers. Come on. All the ultras, bruv. Big up to everyone in here. Yeah. All my ultras, bruv. Yeah. Matt, he's been since all of these lot been day one, bruv. Day one. Landing it. Battersea Chelsea. I see everyone in here, bruv. I see everyone in here. Yeah. Everyone's in here, bruv. All my ultras, bruv. BS Detector. He says, love Trev, pop the Chelsea. He is. Big up DJ Jamie. Empire My General, bruv. Yeah. Keep mudding those melts on Twitter, bruv. Absolutely annihilating them, bruv. Yeah. Daddy Kill, No Surrender, Mixter, Minerals, Medina, Day One Ultras as well, Alpha. Everyone's in here, bruv. Love to all of you lot, yeah? Love to all of you lot, yeah? Everyone lands it, bruv. Yeah, all my ultras land it. So you can see where we are now. Also, what we got here. So Fabrizio Romano has actually officially put out about the Dean Heinsohn deal. You know, 50 million release clause is nothing. That's chump change. That's down Blue Coast Street, isn't it? That literally is. Yeah. Let's have a look. Ultras also, I want you to tag me in as much stuff as possible because I don't always see it online and I'm blocked by a lot of journalists, so I don't get to see everything. It doesn't come on my feed. When you're blocked by them, you don't really get it on the feed. So, yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Big up Johnny Bravo, bruv, CFC. And I was very sad for Super Frank last night. I mean, gutted for him. Gutted for him. The amount of shit that he got from so-called Chelsea supporters, not just of like happy that he lost yesterday, but also when he was a manager at Chelsea, the first stint, not forget the second stint, the first stint, what he achieved. Disgrace. Nick Smith says, no one tag him in some crazy shit. Salute to Nick Smith, my geezer. Miss you. And salute RJ as well. You know what I'm saying? Vincey, nah, man. Oh, and let's have it right. We all know Siri Merchant Barley's blocked me on X, yeah? Well, that tells you all you need to know, bruv. That tells you all you need to know. We are hurting Blueco. We are exposing them, bruv. And the mentality on here is win, lose, draw, Blueco out. We get Champions League football. We win Conference League. Blueco out. Facts. Yeah? Facts. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what's happening in Man United. Mourinho's having to pay for his staff to go to the Europa League final. What an embarrassment. Yeah? And Ineos and Ratcliffe don't want to have a trophy parade. They want to do a BBQ. It's a BBQ. You know, come on. Let's go and look at the twins Ubsies and let's have a BBQ. We're going to have a great time. Yeah, meet the parents and all that. Come on, bruv. What are we doing here? How's Pochettino's barbecues going? He loves a barbecue. He loves lemons as well. He clearly didn't stock up on enough lemons to keep the bad energy out and to keep the vampires away. That's garlic, Pochettino, not lemons, mate. Yeah, you are a lemon. You're a Spursy lemon. What are we doing? Ineos are literally the fall guys for the Glazers. And we all heard about the debt of the Glazers, yeah? offset on to Manchester United, bruv. Also, Sterling's on 325 grand a week. Chilwell's on over 200 grand a week. Cucurella, Fofana on 200 grand a week. Reece James on 250 grand a week. Lukaku, the cement-booted rat, is on 440 grand a week. All right? Why can't we buy Osimhen then? Why can't we get Gyökeres? Why can't we get a world-class goalkeeper? Man City are linked to Diego Costa, Wirtz, who Liverpool are saying they got the money to spend on Wirtz, who I tell you what, he's a baller. Wirtz is a baller. I'd love him at Chelsea. Yeah, him and Kvaratskhelia, two players, bruv, that are under the radar superstars. Yeah, ballers, minerals, generals. But Kvaratskhelia, as we all know, is balling out under Luis Enrique, and we could have bought him, couldn't get him. Project's not good enough, mate. The AI said no. The AI said no, guys. Yeah, we're not going to get Kvaratskhelia, and we're not going to pay him over 200 grand a week because we're dead mentality. Yeah. Man City also into Riders as well. Riders. So Man City are moving in the market again. They're in a rebuild. They've got Haaland, 500 grand a week. They've got Rodri, the world's best DM. You know, they're building. They're rebuilding, mate. They've got Mamouche, who we got Mamouche by at the Etihad, if you'll remember. All right? And we lost. We've lost back-to-back games. They've done the double on us, Man City, in their worst season. And people go, right? Enzo has done so well in statistically the hardest Premier League season up to now. Are you joking me? Yeah? If you think this season's hard based on data, wait till next season. This season's been a free ride. Run a train on any slosh pot you want, ride, yeah? And we still bottle it. Yeah? Exactly. They're going for Wirtz and we're going for kittens. You know? Most clubs are going for Osimhen and Gyökeres and we're going for Ekitike and fucking Sesko and Delap. Mate, we're in the mud. We are in the mud. We're in the mud. Yeah? And do you know what? We got shovels. We're putting you in the mud. We're trying to dig out our Chelsea from the mud. That's what our ambition is on here. We will not rest until we get our club and reclaim what's ours. All right? And I'm telling you now, everything happening in this football club, if you cannot see the bigger picture, then you're in for a big, big surprise. And I don't want to go, I told you so. I don't like saying shit like that. The reality is, there's no coincidence with all the PR that has come out today and yesterday. We call it out, and then it all gets dished out like that, quick. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Big up to Brian. He says, Landon Roman ×2 for our 2 stars. Have it right. Geese, start the mudding. Oh, of course, that was a bit earlier. And I will do that, Brian, always. Chelsea Empire says, big up to you. My bro, it's actually scary that we have social media platforms that communicate with our sporting directors and owners and take their advice on what players they should potentially buy. Never under Roman. No, it wouldn't be under Roman. Roman didn't give a shit. He just did whatever needed to be done to win. Everyone's seen the Simon Jordan interviewing John Terry, and Roman will say to the players, look, if it gets to a point where I have to keep replacing managers, I'm just going to replace 4 or 5 of you players, and I'll get other players and I'll get better players if you don't deliver. And he always kept the standards. I'm here to win. I'm not here to muck around. And he instilled elite mentality. We haven't got our football club. All right? And the fact that you got goldfishes, there seems to be a lot of goldfishes, not just in our fan base, but in every fan base. There's goldfishes everywhere, bruv. But obviously, once you take the goldfishes out of the bowl, they don't last long, do they? The brown envelopes don't keep them alive, bruv. They need the water, bruv. They need to get wet. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, the goldfish, they're not listening to the goldfish for whatever reason. He's getting mudded. He's getting mugged off by the ownership, not listening to him, yet he wants to brown nose them. You know, sometimes things are more valuable to these lot, like clicks, their salary, what they get paid. It's their job, you know. Bruv, if I said, you know what, I'm going to do this every single day and I'm going to make it my job, I'd still be the same. And that's the difference, bruv. You know, you lot you're not real about it. You don't call it out. You're not relentless. You ain't got the stomach for it because you're too invested in making money and keeping your connections. Because the moment you do what I do and call it out, you lose your connections, you get shut down, you will get, well, they'll try to silence you, shadow ban and all that nonsense. And we've had that, and I've had that, and I keep getting it, and it doesn't stop me. And we just override it every time. We keep overriding it because that's what we do on here. 24/7 we do it, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Big up Adam Rated. He says, why invert Caicedo when you actually have a world-class right back? Caicedo gets injured, we are done. And what happened to Mudryk? Also, Reece being exiled. Oh, that's just spring something. So Reece was announced yesterday and it was all confirmed by Goldfish. Surprise, surprise. What we doing here? Don't insult my intelligence that this guy is not fucking bought. Yeah, do not insult me. Yeah, he knows it. He knows it, and he knows what I say is bang on. Yeah, so he can jog on and have a day off. Permanently he should do that. Yeah, because he's embarrassing Chelsea supporters. All right. He announced that Reece James was ill. All of a sudden, the next day he's back in training. So how fucking ill was he? Was it a stomach bug? Did he eat some fucking brown envelopes? What happened? What happened to him? Or are we exiling him? Seems like we're exiling him because they want that pound note, mate. He's on big dough. We get Champions League football, his wages go up to 300 grand a week. A bosh. Yeah. What's happened to Mudryk? Because now you've seen the PR with Pringles. The timing of it's exceptional. Cole Palmer with his sister, he's doing a lie detector test. What did Mudryk do? A lie detector test. Can you see the PR? Can you see it? Did you see it? Can you see it? Come on, bruv. Don't be Stevie Wonder, but let's have it right. Stevie Wonder's like Al Pacino, seven a woman. He can smell the minerals, even though I'm in the dark here. What are we doing here? Cole Palmer goes, oh, the lie detector's lying. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Fucking influential on here, bruv. Telling you that now, bruv. Yeah. Telling you that now. We move. All of us together. In numbers, we're strong. We're an army, bruv. Yeah. And why invert Caicedo? Caicedo was listen, he's played 90 minutes of every single game and the geezer hasn't got injured. He's been played out of position in certain games. He's been carrying Enzo Fernandez. I mean, listen, he deserves to be player of the season for Chelsea. He really does. And he's been consistent, but he needs assistance, just like Cole Palmer in the attack. If Cole Palmer doesn't turn it on, Chelsea don't tick. We don't actually get any end product. And if Caicedo is playing right back inverting, it's not the right balance when you've got Reece James, who's world class in right back position. And he's clear of Gusto. Never forget that these idiots in the fan base were going, oh, Gusto's better than Reece James. Delusion, mate. Delusion. Tells you the state of us. So, yeah, big up to you. And big up to you, Adam Rated, being an Ultra member for 13 months. Love to you, my geezer. Big up to F1 Dan, my geezer. He says, Lan, Wrongen, football therapy to melt. Listen, let's have it right. I hope you're all doing really, really well. And this is not a piss take. I'm not coming at him personally. I'm just saying, you don't talk it as it is, my son. You know? We're going to get Liel. Oh, the ownership. We're really looking. We're really ambitious. And Maresca, let's give him a bit more time. Jog on, man. Jog on, man. What are we doing here, bruv? Big up to Adam Rated. He's gifted 5 Minerals FC memberships. Love to you, my geezer, bruv. Love to you. Yeah? Everyone's supporting the channel, man. All the ultras, bruv. Generals. Yeah? What are we doing here? Listen, we don't get personal with them. We just, we have a little bit of bants. We have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? We do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bruv. Yeah. Someone wrote in the chat, and I forgot to mention it. If you're still in here, you'll know it's you. It says, Enzo Maresca must be sucking off Ekbali because the guy's never going to get sacked. Trust me, bro. Trust me. Yeah. Listen, we got Man United coming to the bridge on Friday night. Yeah. Is it 8:30 kickoff? I think it is, or 8:15. Massive game, bruv. Massive game. Yeah. I cannot stress a draw or a loss against Man United. It's done. It's done. Oh, João Pedro. Yeah, apparently we're looking at João Pedro like Liverpool and someone else. Yeah, I heard about that. And thank you, Peter Alexander. You've refreshed my memory. You're rewinding the minerals facts, yeah? Never forget that, was it Ornstein? It was the Ornstein and Jacobs, Toothpick Jacobs, that sent the narrative out that Arsenal and Liverpool are scared of the ambition of Chelsea and love what they're doing, yet we're behind them. Do you think Arnie's slot machine has just hit jackpot, winning the Premier League in his first season, being the fifth manager to win in his debut season the Premier League trophy, amongst Pellegrini, who we got, who's managing Real Betis that we got in the final, that won it with City, bruv. I think he won 2 titles with City and an FA Cup and League Cup. And we got Antonio Conte, wig merchant, who's at Napoli now, won it with Chelsea. Carlo Don Ancelotti won it with Chelsea, won the double for us. Our first double, let's have it right. And Jose Goat, special one, Mourinho. 3 of Roman's managers out of the 5 on the list, bruv. Yeah? And yet, Arsenal and Liverpool are scared of us. Yeah? They're scared of us. Yet we're trying to be like Arsenal, aren't we? That was the narrative from the ownership. Be patient like the Arsenal supporters with Legohead. They're going into phase 6. They might not even finish second at this rate. If they got Villa or Newcastle, I think it's Newcastle, no? Newcastle beat Arsenal, bruv. They're going to overtake them. Because Man City drew. Man City and Newcastle could finish above Arsenal. Can you imagine that? Yeah? All right? And like the Dippers made that elite banner, and I don't really prop them for anything, but for this one, we have to give their flowers. You know, a bouquet of flowers. Let's have it right. Lego Head Teta, the Temu Pep, like we got, will never be the bride. He'll always be the bridesmaid. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. I love that, bruv. That's an epic banner, bruv. Yeah. Why is the Chelsea Supporters Trust not protesting on Friday in 1958? Because 1958 have arranged an official protest with Aston Villa. Our fan base is well behind. Our fan base is well behind 1958. 1958's mentality is no matter what, even if they win the title, even if they win the Europa League, Champions League, they'll still want Glazers out. That's my mentality. And that's our mentality on the Minerals FC. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe what I heard about Arsenal supporters saying that they'd rather be in the Europa League now because they've got a better chance of winning it because it's all about trophies. That's shocking. That tells you that their own supporters that are so-called trusting the process can't trust the process no more. They've given up. He's done. He's non-elite. He hasn't won. The team that he won the FA Cup with is the team that he gutted out, and he hasn't won a trophy since. And he spent 800 million, over 800 million, and wants to spend more money. The only benefit of doubt I give him, and the only in his defence, is he did have the front line out for quite a while. He had Saka out for a while. He's had Havertz out for a while. He's had Jesus out for a while, and he had Martinelli out for a while. So I do understand. But come on, bruv. You've built your squad. You should have enough depth in your squad to be able to deal with the performances. The football's been drossed by Arsenal. It's like Stoke City. It's like Burnley FC, bruv. Yeah. Maybe Arsenal have joined Chelsea and Blueco with AI scouting like Burnley and MLS. I don't know, bruv. I don't know. It all remains to be seen. But their supporters are giving up, man. And I'm never gonna be like that. I'll never say that. I'll rather play. I don't even banter with Arsenal supporters that we've won 2 Europa Leagues on top. I just say Champions Leagues. That's it. I would rather win fucking 10 Champions Leagues than have a Premier League again. That's my mentality. I want Champions Leagues. That's the trophy I want to win. I want to have that 3rd star to be with Man United, and then I want to overtake. I want to have 4 stars, bruv. 5 stars. That's what I want. We deserve it, bruv. You know, we deserve it, bruv. And PSG is justice for football. You know what I'm saying? They are justice for football. They play the best silky football. They got a manager that I admire and respect. The fact that he's lost his daughter to, I think it was bone cancer at 8 years old or 9 years old. And he's the mentality, the character he's got, the willingness to be the best. Bruv, I'm seeing flashbacks of when he managed Barcelona and he won the treble there. He's actually on the verge. Is he or is he not? Is he on the verge of winning the treble with PSG? So if he wins the Champions League, he's won the Ligue 1. And has he won the? Is he going to win the? Have they already played their domestic trophy final? Because I'm sure they're in the final. Let's have it right. Yeah, he's on the verge of another treble, and these clowns wouldn't back him and wouldn't appoint him. If you backed him and you said to him, look, we'll give you what you want, he would definitely have agreed to sign with us. But that's my point. No manager, doesn't matter who it is allowed to do their job under this ownership because their model is not for football, it's financial, and nothing changes. Nothing will change. 100%, bruv. I'm telling you that now. Yeah? I'm telling you that now. So, this is where we are, Ultras, yeah? This is where we are. Now, I want to have a quick butchers on the usual, because they always like to throw out PR. Here we go. He's doing the poll. Pies and mash, like everyone else. If a bid comes in, how much would it take for you to sell Jackson? He costs 31 million. I'll take 40 million, which is the least. And that's the highest. So everyone right now, 15,500 votes, everyone would take 40 million right now. But the ownership won't. The ownership want that 70 plus million, mate, because they're deluded. Yeah? And that's all we got. João Pedro from Brighton. Do you know who I do rate? There is a player that plays for Brighton. Is it Brighton? It is. I can't remember his name. I think his name begins with E or something. You might know in the chat. He's he's quite a short player, but he's very technical. What's his name, bruv? Let me have a look on their squad. Let me have a quick butchers. He killed us. Yes, Esencio. Yeah, is it Enciso? He looks like a good little player, bruv. But they're scouting right. They're buying the right type of players, bruv. I'd have Danny Welbeck at this rate. Honestly, is he from Paraguay? Yeah, he looks good, man. Let's keep an eye out on that one. I think he's a top little player. That's it. He's at Ipswich. You're right. He's at Ipswich. Big up to Brad's dad. You're right. That's the pair I'm thinking of. Yeah. Why did I think Brighton? He's the Ipswich player. I like him, bruv. I like him. But I'm not saying for like us to sign him. I'm just saying he looks like he could be a decent little player. He scored against us, yeah. So, listen, we're not going to be looking at the players I want, the Vertses, these types of players, bruv. No, not even Ferguson. Fuck that. You're joking me, bruv. Never forget they were in for Brennan Johnson. Do you remember? And then we bought Cole Palmer. It was actually Ferguson and Brennan Johnson that they were on the market for, and then we ended up getting Cole Palmer. Can you imagine if we didn't get Cole Palmer, where we'd be? We'd be relegated. That season we signed Palmer, he had a blockbuster season, yeah? Didn't he? With Pochettino. And crying out loud, 43 GA. If we didn't have that 43 GA, we would have been relegated. That's crazy to me, bruv. Mitoma, yeah, he's a quality little player. But I just don't, there's something about him that I've seen him fade in and out. Don't think he's as consistent, and I don't think he'll hit that elite level. I think he's a great little squad player. He's a great little squad player. But he's not someone that's going to, that he played Champions League football. I do like the technical ability of him, though. I do like the technical ability of him. He's got a brain on him. I'll give him that. He's 28 years old. Yeah, he's old. He ain't going to buy him. Bruv, we could name how many players that we want to sign. We could name so many players. But this is the thing, right? Yeah, you say realistic striker, centre-back, goalkeeper. Why should it be fucking realistic? What's realistic? The realistic mentality is according to their wage structure and what they're prepared to spend and their age. You're completely restricted. I don't want to base on it on being realistic. To me, it's realistic to go and get Osimhen. He's not Haaland wages. It's realistic for me to try and get Diego Costa. It's realistic. That's really. Why is that not realistic? Why is it not realistic to go to Nottingham Forest and buy their central defender, Murillo, yeah, whatever his name is, yeah? Why is that not realistic? He's a decent centre back. I like him, yeah. Why can't we put in a bid for Bastoni? Even if we're in the Champions League, I don't think we could get, unless you pay absolutely ridiculous wages. And that's the intent Roman would have been, to bring in a player like Bastoni, who I think is the best central defender in the world right now. Personally, I think he is. Never forget, they said that they were in talks with Van Dijk. Ornstein said that, Van Dijk. And then he signed, 400 grand a week wages with Liverpool, contract extension. And you believe we were going to try and get Van Dijk, but we can't even tempt Heinsohn. And we're looking at Mark Gay. So you've gone from Mark Gay and Hato to and Van Dijk. Come on, bro. Come on. Oh, Osimhen scored 2. So he's gone from 34 to 35 goals now this season. He's gone to 35 goals this season. Barella, bruv. Love Barella as well. I think Santos will be sold, if I'm being honest. Because he wants to play first team football. And it's all dependent, because there was rumours about Enzo Fernandez. No, let me get it up. I think I bookmarked it. Let me have a quick butchers. I think I bookmarked it. They keep shoehorning Enzo Fernandez deal or something where is it? Here it is, by Nizar Kinsella. He says there is known interest from Real Madrid in Enzo Fernandez, but sources insist Chelsea would ask more than 107 million they paid to Benfica in 2023 for the Argentine midfielder via Nizar Kinsella. Now we keep hearing that about Real Madrid. You ain't getting more than 100. You ain't getting 100 million for this guy, yeah? Number one. Number two, everyone mocks Gyökeres, because he plays in the Portuguese league. Well, where did we buy Enzo Fernandez from? Play for Benfica, mate. And let's not forget, when there was all that rumours about buying Enzo Fernandez, he went on the pitch in a game and tapped the badge and goes, I'm staying. 2 days later, he signs for Chelsea. He's a mercenary, bro. He's got no loyalty, bro. Yeah? They want, I saw that they want 200 million for Enzo Fernandez. They're dreaming, bruv. They're dreaming. Oh, big up to Joey Hackney, bruv. My geezer. Yeah. Smash the like button, guys. Would be much appreciated. Keep the channel and the algorithm. Support the real, not the fake. Because you can't fake being real. So have it right. They're full of shit. Their narratives are a joke. Yeah. Osman was desperate to come to Chelsea, and they buckled. Yeah, they balked at the wages. They won't break the wage structure. Yeah, they don't want to pop that cherry. Don't want to do it. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it for them. We're gonna have to do it for them. Unfortunately, yeah, the fan base right now, there's a lot that are buying into this, that are accepting these standards, yeah. I'm letting you know on this channel, standards are right at the top. They're through the roof. So have it right. They're up in the clouds, mate, yeah. And we're looking down at everyone going, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. And for me, Osimhen is my top pick. Like, if I could have any striker right now, and I said it in the summer, I did want Gyökeres because I think he is class. He scored more goals than games. That is not easy. I don't care what league you're in. Yeah. Portuguese league ain't like shit. And he scored more goals than games. That is incredible. And that's without Amorim as well. So he's lost his manager. They've lost some players. And he's still balling out, bruv. That's elite. I think, you know, you've got to take out your mindset that every player young has the ability to be like they're in their prime and they're that generational. A lot of strikers, it's track record. They peak at a later age. So if you buy Osimhen now, he still hasn't hit his peak. If you buy Gyökeres at 27, by the time he hits 30, he'll still be banging in goals. It's not always about pace, you know. It's about intelligence, reading of the game. Thiago Silva was what, 34, 35? And he was always in the right position at that age. He knows the game. He reads the game. If you read the game, and as a striker, if you've got that in you, doesn't matter what age you are, you're going to be in the right place at the right time and you're going to score goals. Yeah, that's why you pay the big money for these players, because you can see their true trajectory and they've always got a data and track record that is through the roof. So the fact that we're not going in straight in and we're waiting 7 transfer windows and we're probably not even going to get him in the 7th transfer window tells you where we are. And that's my concern, you know, and I think it should be everyone's concern. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Harry Kane, great example. I mean, the guy's been bagging goals all the way through his career, but he's at an old age, and look at him. You know, if you're good enough, if you're world class and elite, you will do it. For me, you don't just sign Osimhen, you sell Jackson, and you bring in, you know, someone else. Bring in a Sesko as well. Why can't you have both? If you've got intent, then all of a sudden your dynamics change. You've got Sesko, you've got Osimhen, so you've got your strikers that can keep the levels up, you know, might even be able to play with each other. You know what I'm saying? And then you bring in, you know, that Diogo Costa goalkeeper, and you start to feel like we're actually building a team we can buy into, and I'm all for that. I want you to know that. I'm all for that. I want that. This is why we put the pressure on, because we demand this. I'm sick of watching these players and have all these this PR saying, look, they're going to grow with us and we're going to build a team for the next 5 years, and they're not even staying for long enough. They're leaving after a year, after 6 months. They're not preaching. They're not backing what they preach. You know what I'm saying? So we've been here for all this time, and we've had enough sample size of Nicholas Jackson to know he's not elite. He's not going to be elite. You know, he's not what we need. You know, forget Willy Wonka, bruv. Willy Wonka from New Zealand, All Blacks. He's meant to be mentality monster. It's a joke. That's what I'm talking about. They don't understand the culture of Chelsea Football Club. They don't want to understand it. Tout Bowley doesn't even know who Ruud Gullit is. Ignored Eden Hazard walking past him. Arrogant. It's just, this is a disgrace. I've mentioned that to a lot of people, yeah, like rival fans. They go, "Oh, yeah, that's fucking, that ain't on. They ain't looking too healthy." It ain't. It really ain't. And they should know. They should have at least looked at the history, look at the players. They don't give a shit about football. They don't care about, they call us customers. I don't forget all this. And this always plays a role in every single stream we put out. And with all the PR that comes out or the football games we watch, you can't ignore it. You can't just talk about the game in isolation, which I've done. But there's reasons. Everyone goes, "Oh, why do we play like that? Oh, why is this? Why is that?" And I'm giving you all the reasons why, and you just want to ignore it because it's not solely football. But everything that's on that pitch is a result of the structure, the hierarchy, the model, the directors in place, the mentality, the ownership's true ambition, their agenda, what they've done, the amount of money we spent, the players we're buying. You can't ignore that. You cannot. And these are why we're getting the results we're getting. You know what I'm saying? So here's what even Arsenal's midfielder, is it Marino? Yeah, he's even doing better than Jackson. He's not even a striker; he's a midfielder. It's a joke. So it is what it is. But listen, big up to all my ultras, as always. I want you all to smash the like button. It's very important that you do that for us. Big up to Chelsea Empire. Says Enrique Landon Minerals Phase 2 treble could happen. Let's have it right. Mudded the Premier League and rejected Blue Co Kindergarten Yes Man project. I love Enrique. He was my dream gaffer for Chelsea. He was the one. You don't miss out on these ones. You have to take gaffers like that. You know what you get. You know he's amazing in front of the brown envelopes. You know he's got mentality. You know he's got charisma. You know he's a born winner. You know he's managed world-class players and young players. You know he's got a blueprint of football that is beautiful to watch. How can you not sign him? How can you not give this manager what he wants? And he wanted to come to us, and he wanted that quarter-final with Real Madrid, where Meatloaf Bowley goes, "Oh yeah, prediction, Tad. Oh yeah, we're going to win 3-0 at the Bernabeu." Get out of here, long way from Starbucks. You know that's when you know the intent's in the gutter, bruv. It's in the gutter. Yeah, we lose or draw Blueco out. Fuck them all, bruv. Let's have it right. Apologies to any young'uns watching. You know, I do get very emotional. My language can be a little bit sensitive, to have it right. But that's just the way I am, bruv. It's the way I am. It's just me. I'll speak for myself. Don't want everyone to copy, you know. Don't go out there effing and blinding all the time if you're very young. It is what it is. I'm sure you know not to do that. But this is where I am right now. So listen. I just want to quickly see. There's always PR floating about, so you just don't know, do you? So it is what it is. That's it. There's nothing there. From what I can see, just want to check. It's all the same garbage, bruv. Real Madrid have told Bournemouth they will meet Heinsohn. All right, and there's a picture of Xabi Alonso. See, look at Real Madrid. They've gone and got Xabi Alonso. They can see the blueprint of football. You can see what he's done with Bayer Leverkusen, winning the Bundesliga, competing in, was it Europa League? He almost won the baby treble, to have it right. He didn't quite get over the line. But you can see if you back him, and now he's going to inherit an even better squad than Bayer Leverkusen. Imagine what he's going to do. So it's going to be Xabi Alonso against Hansi Flick. We could have got Hansi Flick. Look at the football he's playing with Barcelona. Look at the football he's playing with Barcelona. The geezer was in the stands with these wrong and owners. Bruv, Rodrigo's a baller. I'd have him any day of the week. but we ain't getting him. Do you know what wages he's on? He's on crazy wages. Yeah. So it is what it is. And don't say Cesc Fabregas. I love Cesc, yeah? I love Cesc. I'm tired of all this up and coming shit. I want a proven elite manager. I want a proven elite manager to instill a culture at our football club of winning. And ultimately, that will be the only way we realise that they'll be backed. And we've had that chance with Enrique and Nagelsmann. And it's not happening, bruv. It's not happening. It really ain't happening. And that's what kills me, bruv. Because I want us to be the elite of the elite. I want us to be run how we should be run. And we're not being run like that. So it is what it is. You know? We keep moving. So tomorrow, everyone, also make sure you go and check out the stream from yesterday. If you haven't seen it, and you'll understand, it will make sense with this one. But also, tomorrow I'm going to do a preview for the Man United game. So we'll do a stream on that, I think. And listen, like, subscribe, help the channel, because it's criminal where we are. And we need to fucking... We need to bury everyone. Let's have it right. And comments. Make sure you put all your comments. Respect to everyone in here. As always, I'll leave you with our Don Roman, our elite Don Roman. I can't wait for his book, The Book of Minerals, landing from the Don himself. So let's have it right. Up to Chelsea, up Mills FC. No surrender mentality. Keep your standards where Roman left them. Let's have it right. Win, lose or draw, Blue Co out. Keep winning life. Let's have it right.